Hi there, my name's Lucinda, and I'm really excited to share with you my new design, the HelioTRIP Huipil. It is made with Journey Sport from Julie Asselin and with Dyed in the Wool from Spin Cycle. I'll tell you in this video a little bit about the inspiration, a little bit about the construction, and how to choose your colors, also how to measure yourself. So first things first, it's called a HelioTRIP Huipil because the color that I used from Spin Cycle is called HelioTRIP. This is a color that is based on a photograph I took a few years ago in Guatemala, and it is done with really bright, enjoyable colors to knit. And I use Journey Sport from Julie Asselin because I think these two pair really beautifully. The photo for the HelioTRIP is from a Mayan lady that is wearing a huipil. And I have here a huipil to show you. So a huipil is a Guatemalan top, a blouse that the women wear. It's also throughout Central America, but because my background is Guatemalan, this is the one that I chose to be inspired from. So what I did in my HelioTRIP Huipil is I used small repeats so that you could have fun, like bag of chips. You can never get just enough. So these are fun little short ones. You never have to cross your floats or be worried about that because they're always short enough for that. In a huipil, most often you see a motif that is done all throughout the body. And just like that, the sweater has the motif throughout the body. So in my vision, I was thinking, what if somebody from Guatemala was to wear a sweater in the Northern Hemisphere, like Canada or the US, and how would they like to wear it? So what I did in this one is I have the motif throughout the whole body. There are some huipiles where there is just a motif in the yoke and in the sleeves. This one is from Coban, and so you can choose. The pattern indicates and explains how to do it. You can choose to knit just the motifs from the yoke and make the rest of it plain. It would also be really beautiful and really fun to do. So one of the things that I did in this design was I did not want to cut up the motifs. So I did short rows in the ribbing. So it makes it a little bit more discreet for the motifs. What I wanted to do was I wanted to make sure that the colors were really showing off. And what I did was the Spin Cycle becomes the background color for all of the motifs. And the Journey Sport or the solid is the one that is tracing the different motifs. So then you see the motifs are always the same color, but the background is changing. So this is how that works. I have 9 sizes, and it's size inclusive. The sleeves are also the same, but remember with Spin Cycle, you'll never have 2 sleeves exactly the same. So you just go with it and have fun. There are no decreases on the sleeve until you get to the end of the motif, and then there are some decreases there. When you're choosing colors, I would recommend that you choose colors that have a very high contrast. So if I'm going to give you an idea, so for example, this is Wallflower and Lupine, and there's really a lot of contrast. So you'd always be able to see with Wallflower in the background, you'd always be able to see the motifs being traced by the main color. At Montrico, we're going to have kits for the full meal deal, so you could have the full version. If you prefer to do just the motif in the yoke, let us know. We'll make you a kit, or we can adapt one of our existing kits so that you have more of the main color. You can then do the body in the Spin Cycle, or you could do it in the Journey Sport. So whichever color you want it to really pop is really great. We had somebody that used Vibe Check and Mouton Noir, which is a black. So this one with Mouton Noir, and she did it just in the yoke, and it's absolutely beautiful in the testers. We also had a tester that used Love Spell. Hold on. She used Love Spell, and she used something that was a natural fiber, a natural sport, and would look really good with Wilder. So while we made kits with Journey Sport and Spin Cycle, there's a lot of opportunities and a lot of options. So if you're not sure what to do, let us know and we will help you. Jill, can you get me a tape measure? Now I want to talk to you about the ease of this sweater. Thank you. So the ease of this sweater is meant to be worn with 2 inches more than your actual bust size. Some patterns will tell you to measure at the full waist, at the full bust, but I'm going to tell you to measure on the high bust. And the reason for measuring on the high bust is because you don't want it to be too open and too big around the neckline and the upper bust line. So please, when you measure on your upper bust and then choose a size that's 2 to 4 inches more than your bust. If you want a big and a bulkier, like loose and loose fitting top, then just measure yourself as well, but choose how many inches more you would like than that. And I have a whole video on how to measure yourself, but I really want to make sure that you have a really nice and form fitting, because the motifs do lay very nice. The fact that the body has a very smooth motif with very short repeats means that it's not really form hugging, and it's just really quite lovely. So if you have any questions on what size to knit or if your colors would work, you just let me know. But I'm very excited and I hope you'll be as eager to knit this as I was with mine. And now I'm ready for one with just on the yoke. So maybe we'll even do a cardigan later. But in the meantime, I hope you enjoy the HelioTRIP Huipil and let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.